Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And yes, this time we are going to give our final thoughts on Assassin's Creed Shadows. That is right, we beat the game last night. In the background, you're going to see my stream from last night, a couple of gameplay here and there. I'm going to show some videos also, not spoil too much. So we're going to try to avoid spoilers as much as we can while giving this review. So overall, what do we think about the game? I mean, if you were to give it a score, I would say it's 6.5. Maybe if you're being generous, a 7. Yeah, I think 7's good. It's an okay game, right? It's not terrible as a lot of people are making it out to be. It's not a pathetic game. It's not a terrible game, but it's not really an awesome game, right? For a $70 game, you would expect a lot, right? And it is fair for gamers to expect a lot because you are paying $70 for this. We expect a proper end-to-end experience, something that'll blow our minds away, right? Ghost of Tsushima, you can't blame people comparing this to Ghost of Tsushima because Ghost of Tsushima did pretty much the exact same thing here. Uh, Similar setting in Japan, but they set the bar quite high. So people expect comparing this to Ghost of Tsushima in terms of experience wise, I can imagine why this would perform less. So first of all, let's look at the positives, right? I think the world is amazing, right? It's amazingly done. The seasonal change is amazing. The graphics are quite nice. The combat is amazing. It's much more fluid. It's way better than Mirage. Uh, and there's a lot of content, right? There's a lot of assassinations to do, a lot of things to explore and find out. Some things may feel repetitive, but I think it's a bit understandable given that a lot of open world RPG games tends to do few things, repetitive tasks. But only a few games do a good job of like making the repetitive tasks seem non-repetitive by making them as unique as possible for each section. But you can't exactly point the finger on that and say that's why it's bad. But yeah, it has a fair share of content, so it's not too big, it's not too much where it's daunting, but it's just right, I would say. So yeah, that's so the game is good to play, but I think that is why seasoned AC players, seasoned Assassin's Creed players might enjoy the game because they kind of like can fill in the blanks and know what to expect, right? Because the story is not captivating enough, so because of that I would feel like new players will not be engaged to play and say that, oh, this is a good game, I would want to continue to play, because the story does feel quite boring. It's not like it does not keep your interest engaged, right? And you feel like bored, and yeah, it's just not very captivating, I would say. um so the two protagonists, Naoya and Yasuke, they have two diverging storylines which converges at one point and then diverges again. They feel very disconnected to the point where you could clearly tell that after Act 1, Naoya feels like an afterthought and Yasuke becomes the main point of interest. Like he's kind of like driving the story and everything surrounds about him all the way up to the final set of assassinations of the Templars, where it's like it's him, and now is not even she's not even remotely involved. So these things coupled with some interesting issues in some cutscenes with very badly done facial animations, which makes like the cutscenes not even really good. Like I can give like a proper example, right? So this is one cutscene, and I faced several instances of this. And this was like let me just so this was like one such cutscene. So my goodness. So they're talking to each other, but you can exactly. So this is on my stream as well. You're gonna hear me in the background. You can clearly see that they're not speaking, right? The mouths are not moving, so it's bugged. I'm guessing it's bugged. This is supposed to be a very serious conversation, but it's very difficult to take it seriously. So, and you have several instances of this, right? So I feel like the conversations are bugged. But all in all, like even the facial animations are like not like they feel off at times. The English dialogue is really badly done for some reason. some reason, like during cutscenes, during regular gameplay dialogue, you feel like the English one feels very off, right? And feels like it does not match well for some reason. So because of that, the Japanese one feels a lot better. So I would highly recommend playing this in the Japanese dialogue. Because for whatever reason, the English dialogue just seems very bad. I don't know, like if it's an issue with the voice acting or if it's an issue with the general direction of the game. But yeah, it is what it is. So that coupled with their entire decision to go through with Yasuke, right, with making him the Black Samurai and making him as prominent in such a setting. We all know about the controversy and everything, like all the issues that were there with the game to begin with, right? So none of that is helping. Like I said before, like what they could have done better was like have Yasuke as a member of the league, but they could have made someone else the protagonist, right? If they want to go with dual protagonists, like one shinobi as Naoe and then another samurai to kind of like to help them like kind of like pair the two well, right? uh so like a lot of things seems forced, like even the interactions with Naoe and Yasuke, they're trying to make them like seem very compatible, like two really good comrades fighting for a common cause. You can see that they're trying so hard to make it work, but it just isn't like agreeing. At least with me, it's not agreeing. It could feel fine with other folks. It's fine. It's all right if that is the case. But for me, like it just feels like the way they're continue. It's just like once you play the game, you'll understand, right? The way their stories are carried out, it feels like okay, we have Naoe first. Here's a protagonist for now. Now we have Yasuke. Let's forget about Naoe and let's focus on Yasuke. So I mean, like I just feel like that's very badly done. So yeah, I mean that's all I can say, right? Would I recommend playing this? I mean, as a new player, I don't think you'll really enjoy this, right? I don't think you'll enjoy this. As a seasoned player, you will find ways to enjoy it. I think season like recurring as Assassin's Creed players will find ways to enjoy this. And yeah, for those, like some of us are in this mindset where we just want to know what's happening in the story, so because of that we're going to play the game, right? So folks like y'all will just like, I also find myself in that kind of a scenario at times where I know the game is bad, but I'm just going to play it just for the sake of knowing what's going to happen, right? But yeah, so that's pretty much what Assassin's Creed Shadows is like. You could still play, experience the open world, because I still think the world is like the gameplay is quite good, right? It's not terrible. It's got good graphics and all that. It's got very nicely done. It's got a very well designed world, right? And it's quite well populated, to the point where like it's not like you're gonna find really interesting random encounters. Like those encounters also like very repetitive. It's always the same, like a peasant who is being harassed by a samurai or a bandit, and you just rescue them and they give you world detail. That's about it. That all that happens. But you get some here and there, some intriguing side quests and stuff like that, which you can use to like recruit several people to the league, which is all right. um and even the side quests, right? It would be nice if they tied the side quests to interesting stories. They do that, but it's not very well laid out, I would say. Like you can read the letters and everything and kind of like formulate the story in your mind, but there's not much like in those quests like for you to pick up on, and kind of like nothing much is revealed. You just know that okay, this guy is the bad guy, let's just go after him. That's about it. So yeah, I mean that's all I can say about Assassin's Creed Shadows. uh I don't know if it's worth like investing time in playing the DLC that's going to come soon afterwards, like just trying to figure it out. But yeah, for me it's pretty much a one and done thing. It's like has less replayability for myself. I mean, because like once you're done, you're like, yeah, it's done. That's it. You don't feel too captivated to want to try it again or anything. It's not like other games like Kingdom Come Deliverance or Witcher or Cyberpunk, where once the story is done, you're so attached by the character growth, by the story, that you're like you miss it. You don't have that. You don't get that here. So yeah, it is what it is. So there you guys have it. Assassin's Creed done and dusted, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next live stream or video. Till next time, then. Bye bye.